And we are back. Let's continue. Evening. The rays of sun color the station plaza red. Those of us meeting on the bench form a very strange group. First, me, after getting out of school. Kogome is not here today. When I am alone, things are calm and less poisonous. Something feels lacking, but that's probably because of the witch's daily brainwashing. That's a dangerous sign. Benio comes next. It's been a while since Benio could go outside without fear. Thanks to Sting, she has nothing to worry about tonight. Sting, the illusionary avatar spoken of like a legend in the communette. It appeared for no reason and with no warning, performed an inexplicable massacre and suddenly disappeared. It was like a storm of death. The legends about Sting can't be counted if you include the fakes. Every avatar it targets is killed without exception. No one can even damage it. Even by avatar standards, it's just so different that the net talks about it like a god or a demon. The night we visited the round table, the BKs targeting Benio were almost wiped out by Sting. The Scarlet Avatar did escape, but we can still rejoice about how much weaker they are now.
Hi, omiyage.
Benio jogs back carrying 2 ice cream cones she just bought.
久々に街を堪能しちゃったり。
The red guy is still out there. Don't go too crazy.
それは分かってるんだけど、それよりもアイス。
She immediately holds one out. I eat it to kill some time. The last person is Isawa. He comes a while after the time we agreed on. So, that's about it. I summarized the important parts of Yoshimori's aftermath. I reported that she'll be leaving the hospital soon.
そっか。
That's rather cold for Benio. She puts the rest of her strawberry ice cream in her mouth violently and swallows it. Don't eat it that way. That's for her to decide. More people fill the park as the sun descends. This area is dominated by the young, a different sort from those in the pleasure district. What's left of them? I'm referring to the drug-dealing groups. Isawa took care of the figureheads with Babylon, but that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of them can't retaliate.
俺は潰すと言ったろうが。
Isawa believes in doing what he says.
吉森さん、どうしてあんな目に遭わなくちゃいけなかったんだろう。
Benio crumples up her wrapper and throws it into the trash can. 2 points.
それなのにひどい目に遭って、傷ついて、傷つけられて、体は良くなるかもしれないけど、でもだからって。
Wounds heal, the only heal. They don't disappear, even after pain turns into memories. That's true. I give a quick answer, crumple up my wrapper and throw it. Miss. During the Yoshimori incident, I put off making a decision and Isawa made it for me, for better or for worse. Sakaguchi's group was punished. Babylon attacked them, hurting them in ways that will keep them from ever walking again. I searched my heart, but I never did find any sympathy for them. Honestly, good riddance to them. Isawa, I asked someone I know in the police about that case. He says the investigation will probably conclude that they were taking some of the drugs and had a big fight.
いい加減なんだ。
Well, even if they all agree on a story about a huge black monster attacking them, everyone will just call them crazy. Truth is more ridiculous than fiction. Avatars, they appear and disappear like magic. Fantastic monsters that exist outside what's normal.
うせろ！とっとと行っちまえ！
Isawa suddenly shouts. What was that for?
さっきからジロジロと見ていきやがる。
We are gathering attention. Benio on my right, Isawa on my left. A flower in each hand, as they say. Passers-by who know nothing whistle as they walk by.
うぜえ奴らだぜ。
Isawa would go nuts if someone called him a woman, so he doesn't understand stuff like this. The mad dog is only sensitive to hostility.
待たせた？ごめん。
A tall girl rushes over to us. She waves her hand and runs up to Isawa. Who's this? Isawa has a woman, a cute girl, the pure type who'd look great in a one piece. Benio and I took a look at each other. We are both shocked by this.
お前は時間にルーズすぎなんだよ。もうちょい早めに来い。
んなこと言っても
Apparently that girl wasn't important enough to get a sprite. The girl pouts her lips. What? What's going on? Don't tell me.
誰
Benio pressures him.
珍しくもないぞ。妹だ。
No. Yeah? The shocking confession makes my heart skip a beat. It would have been better if he said girlfriend. Why? Stepsister?
血ぐらい繋がってるに決まってるだろうが。
遺伝子すごい突然変異だ兄ちゃん友達は選んだ方がいいよ
こんなの別に連れじゃねえよ。
She's honest and adorable, nothing like Isawa. She bows her head politely.
いつも兄ちゃんがお世話になってますどうせ迷惑ばっかかけてるんだと思いますけど
A proper greeting?
すごい
Benio and I are amazed in rude ways. There's no way she's actually his sister. Even if that's somehow true, they just can't be blood related.
じゃあな、俺は行く。こいつに付き合う約束してたんだな。
じゃあこれからも兄ちゃんをよろしくお願いします
お前はもう黙ってろ。
いいじゃん本当のことじゃない
Isawa's sister takes his hand and they walk away.
意外とちゃんと兄貴してるんだ
A word we know nothing about. His huge sister runs and spins around him. They seem to be enjoying themselves. No matter who dies, no matter who's missing, the world keeps flowing onward without changing. That's the way it should be. We should dream of the unseen tomorrow instead of living in the unchanging past. I'm sure that's the right way to do it. Where's the text box? There it
今
is.
夜はどうするのまた先輩さん探すの
Well, that's my plan. I still don't have work. My life of drifting through the city at night continues. I've gathered plenty of gossip and rumor about the super detective. I know nothing about where Kurudi actually is. Finding a single person in this huge city is like looking for a needle in a sand dune. I sigh with exhaustion, but quietly so Benio doesn't notice. I looked and kept on looking, but it may have been for nothing. The weight of that futile effort pushes down on my shoulders. I don't get these things back once I lose them. Effort, wishes, pain, tragedy, all those things are washed away equally in this place. Perhaps they are all worthless. New? She pulls on my cheeks with both hands.
やっぱりダメ今日は探すの中止よく休みよく戦う
New.
晩ご飯食べに行こう
The crosswalk signal turns green. Benio makes the strongest smile she can with a clear face. It's night, but I feel like I see the sun in her.
ダメかな
Okay. She seems happy. Banzai! For some reason I feel more at ease. We walk around for a while and select a small German eatery behind the park. What do they have? Sauerkraut and sausages. The basement of a building facing an unpopular street. It's small, but it is the real thing. And proud of its German beer, the prices are a bit high. They're gonna try and make us drink something.
アルコールって成分は教育上不適切だと思う
A big street heading along Central Park. I walk alongside Benio under the pale lights lining the street. Benio casually puts her arm around mine. I feel the delicate but soft girth through my arm. I look at her, wondering what she's doing, and the ally of justice smiles invincibly. My sinking heart moves back up a little. Men are simple.
あのお店チーズ美味しかった癖強かったけど
I don't think Germany is famous for its cheese. That would be Switzerland, I think. Should we take Mayuki and Oharu-san next time?
そうだよね私たち仲間なんだからもっと仲良く
Benio uses the word friends very naturally. Friends.
仲間でしょ私たちみんなバビロンとつながってるでもそれだけじゃなくてもっと仲良くなれたらいいなもっと仲良くなれたらいいせっかくこうやって一緒にやっていくことになったんだから
Simple, just like her. We were just connected suddenly one day and given the title of Commune. We are too weakly connected to call friends, and we don't feel much for each other, but we still form a group without those things. Though it might be better if what Benio is saying comes true. You're really optimistic, Benio-chan. Benio's face suddenly changes, then she tries to answer. One of the streetlights on the road suddenly flickers strangely. I have a bad feeling about this. It flashes twice. The main street along the park. No other people. Darkness, light, darkness, light. That's all. A common malfunction. I noticed Benio went quiet. Nothing's there, but she's standing still. I caught my breath naturally. The back of my neck feels prickly. A lukewarm breeze. My mouth is dry and scratchy. Our conversation ended suddenly. I feel like a thin layer of ice under my feet has opened to reveal a bottomless chasm. I can't go any farther forward. I look to my left and my right. I see nothing out of the... Shit. It appears without any warning. A voice of terror. A red color comes down right in front of me, an almost silent landing. There was no gate light, so it must have been waiting for us, already summoned. Scarlet eyes, a scarlet body, a sharp silhouette reminiscent of a blade. The Scarlet Avatar. The street lights are all cut down at the base in one swing. The upper halves slide down and fall to the ground in unison. Darkness comes. The Hound is right in front of us, behind a thick blackness. The one scarlet eye gives off a brilliant light. Benio clings to my left arm. She clings so hard her nails dig into me. I need to get Babylon. No, it won't make it in time. To have plenty of time to cut us into 8 pieces and head back home before Babylon came all the way out. That scarlet eye peers at us. The inorganic glass eye reflects me and Benio. It covers us in red. I remember the red color. A scarlet very similar to that red from the past. A sharp mold like a blade raised high in the air. This thing is the same as back then. Like despair visiting upon us inexplicably, unreasonably, meaninglessly, and without warning. I have no words. I can't speak. Death. I feel death itself nearby. I can't move, as if my legs are numb. Even my heart stops beating. The Scarlet Hound. This guy's different. It's not like the other BKs. It's not doing this for fun, nor does it have the excitement of a hunter. A monster I can't understand. I can't even laugh at myself. We can't escape it. There's no way. This is an undeniable end without the slightest chance of survival. But so what? At the very least, Benio should. The Scarlet Avatar turns around just as suddenly as it appeared. It leaps high into the air, disappearing once more into the forest. What just happened?
Akihito. 何があいつ
It let us live? Her mind, frozen with terror, finally begins to understand that we are alive. That was weird. We run back home. I make an extra thorough check of all the doors and windows before remembering those things won't keep out an avatar. I don't stop to catch my breath until Kagome comes over.
そうか。危ないところだったな。
That's Kagume's reaction to my story. Her unusually plain and ordinary answer tells me just how dangerous this situation is.
そこの胸足らずは
She's still shaken up. Benio is a pillbug under my blanket right now. She's afraid to be alone in a room with a closed door, so she fled to my bed instead. I understand how she feels. I don't think I can stay calm tonight without feeling someone else's presence. I knew it could happen, but reality shoved it in my face. That's no good. I can't do anything about it.
コミュ同士の戦争の場合、最善の方法は
Strike first. If you know where the enemy lives, it's easy to dispose of them. No matter how powerful avatars are, human connectors control them. When an avatar catches you by surprise, like tonight, just getting away from it is nigh impossible.
秋人も道理くらいは分かっているようだな。
Kagome rolls over and stretches, seemingly uninterested. Her white legs extend from below the white shirt, a rather lascivious pose.
どうした？浴場でもしたか？
Get back on topic.
ゴミ同士なら先手の有利は絶対だ。今回は運が良かったな、秋人。これに懲りたら私に黙って外出しようとは考えないことだ。
You weren't at school. How could I have told you? I sigh with terror and fatigue. I lean back against the sofa and ask the big question. Why the hell didn't he kill us? No answer comes from Kagome. Apparently, there are some things even the witch doesn't know. At some point, I fell asleep on the sofa. The lights in this room are off. There's a towel on my stomach. Kagome must have put it on me like a stubborn mother. Ahoo. My exhaustion is peaking after the last several days. I head to my bedroom like a prisoner returning to solitary confinement. I run out of energy after 3 steps. I fall into my bed. Benio is here. I collide with something soft that isn't a cushion. Benio comes out from under the sheets like a caterpillar, looking at me like a shocked feral cat. On the bed, so close our noses almost touch, we gaze directly at each other. That's right, she went to my bed today. I remember far too late. My head really isn't working right now. At times like these, I'm supposed to... That's right, I should say good morning. As I think those stupid things, Benio turns into a beast. She swings around her pillow in a mad rage. Yeah, have mercy! But it's my bed. Should an ally of justice be giving out such harsh sentences? Benio's brain cells restart. She returns her senses and cuddles her pillow. My bed. I'm not attacking anyone. Tragedies occur when you share your limited living space. So you don't trust me? She's going quiet. A sudden call cuts off any chance for vindication. It's my phone. A ringing amidst midnight's drive, kinda like a horror movie. Benio and I glare at the display as if it's a cursed phone that'll kill us in 7 days. The name on it is a public phone. I'm already in a bad mood, and getting called by someone I didn't know only makes that worse. I decide to take the call. Benio should calm down after a few minutes. If this isn't important, I'm going to take out some frustration on this guy. I'll force him to listen to 50 terrible puns in a row. I press the call button.
扁平足の加山雄二さんがこう言った。かや
That's not even a pun. Normally I'd hang up immediately, but that stupid voice stirs my heart.
あれくるりちゃん外しちゃった
So she isn't dead after all, huh? A terrifying call from the afterlife. Yeah! A shout. A wail in the middle of the night. You're still alive?
すごいご挨拶後輩。そんなこと言われるなら死んだ方がマシだった。そういえば猫って魂が9つあるって言うよね。
And you're totally normal. She usually doesn't consider what other people are thinking. You... Wait, this is no time for that. I can yell at her for this later. Anyway, where are you now? Are you okay? What the hell happened? Hey, explain everything in chronological order right now.
説明か。まあ、超探偵のくるりちゃんは解説係だから解説するのは仕事だけど。
No, it's not.
意外と元気よ、くるりちゃん。それともマジで死んだと思った？私まだしたいことありすぎて殺されても帰ってくるよろしい。
So you're admitting to being an immortal werecat?
おやしけ。実は今公衆電話なんだよね。最近緑の公衆電話もないし、おまけに小銭もないしでさ。マニア向けの特典テレカまで使っちゃった。 うんすか。
What about your phone and student ID?
あれは落とした。いろいろと面倒なことに関わっちゃったのはほんと。もうちょっとほとぼり冷めたら学園に戻るから。
Tenacious as ever.
学園に戻ったら超イカす超探偵のおとぎ話をしてあげよう。そろそろテレカ切れちゃうからまたね、あきちゃん。そんでさ、あきちゃん。
What? I missed.
そんでさ、あきちゃん。心配した？
Of course not, you idiot. Go die in the gutter, you werecat. The laugh of a werecat. We hang up. I glare at the phone in my hands like a cursed object. I feel like I was just spirited away by a cat with too many tails. I see, so she's just fine. Senpai is always getting in trouble. She slips through life and death predicaments all the time, but all the annoying stuff falls in my lap. I can't keep up with her, but so what? I'm sleep deprived and my body can't move anymore, but tonight I feel strangely good. As if something stuck in my heart has finally vanished.
あれ？どうしたの？今の電話誰？ねえ、秋人？
Outside my window, I throw my body onto the bed while looking at the blue incomplete moon. I never stop laughing. Anonymous-sama, I hear there's some new Komyu hunters. Isn't this the 4th time this week? That's just crazy, lol. The round table needs to get their act together. The Komyu hunters are upon us. H? Lol, this just made my day. Lol. Stop acting like it's not your problem. None of us know who they'll go after next. The thing is, who's going to deal with the Komyu hunters? Won't the round table do something? Don't they hate Avatar fights in general? Up until now, they always dealt with problems by throwing people out of the group. Do what exactly? Should the round table go kill the Komyu hunters? Don't let them start lynching people. So you'd let the Komyu hunters run free? They're all murderers. The round table hasn't killed anyone yet. Are you sure about that? The community was shaken. Every image board has at least 1 or 2 threads on the subject. What was that? The Komyu hunters. Insane Komyus that kill their own kind, sometimes referred to as BKs, beginner killers, sharks, any number of names. The avatars they've destroyed still aren't enough for them. The Communet has existed for 2 years since the first Komyu came into being. There have been a few times in the past when Komyus scrabbled enough to start killing, but they generally crushed each other. Most of them are living in a far more peaceful world than you'd expect, considering the overwhelming power avatars give them. They're a group that keeps the Communet in check. Communes are groups of 5 people. You need to work with the other 4 to move your avatar effectively. You're connected with 4 total strangers. Everyone acts a little more politely when they know strangers are watching them. But it's not all good. Kaburaya's group is a perfect example. They formed a cable called Boscone, and began killing beginners on a large scale. Any single Komyu would get wiped out eventually, but when 5 or 6 get together, it's very hard to get rid of them. Their actions were so widespread and evil that Boscone's dominance had been the primary topic of Communet for some time. But one night, that suddenly ended. Kaburaya's Komyu died when they fought us, and the other important members were wiped out by Sting. Boscone, the worst beginner killers the Communet ever saw, have been permanently weakened. Only the Scarlet Avatar survived. That Scarlet Avatar now dominates the conversation in Boscone's place. The Komyu hunters controlling the Scarlet Avatar. They've destroyed more than 5 avatars in this week alone. The Scarlet Beast became a monster. It cares not for pre-existing rules or the existence of other people. It's a real monster now, killing whomever it finds no matter who they are. I access the internet from my cell phone. A terminal small enough to fit in my hand connects me to the electronic sea, a pocket-sized Alexandria with worldwide knowledge crammed into it. Even at this moment, a huge number of people are connected to it. They have no presence, voice, or appearance online. I check a number of personal blogs I visit regularly. Takakura City beheadings. Say what? A tragic event took place in Takakura City tonight. 2 schoolgirls were murdered on their way home. The residents of Takakura live in fear now after all the recent incidents in their city. The murder took place on a road in the West Harbor Ward. According to the blog's sources, the police were notified after part of one victim's body was discovered. We've been told that the body of what appears to be the same victim was found nearby, cut into several pieces with very sharp blades. In fact, a similar incident took place just the other day. 4 gang members were found murdered in a parking garage in Takakura City. I think my readers already know about this, but their bodies were also cut into pieces. Huh.
学生はともかくチンピラどもが接続者とは考えにくい。いよいよ手当たり次第に襲い始めたということだ。
ええ、コミュネットでも普通のサイトでも話題ですよ。バラバラ殺人。いよいよ学園バトルっぽいですね。そんなのに狙われてるんですか？私と。
いや、俺の方には変わったことはないぜ。あの赤いやつは見かけねえ。もし来やがったら。
正直、いきなり来ちゃったらひとたまりもないよな。アポ取るくらいはしてくんないと。女には準備もあるのに。アキヒトとベニオちゃん、殺されかかったんだって。
The commune rules give the attacker the advantage. Benio and I would be dead if it hadn't let us go. The Scarlet Avatar knows who we are if it came after us again. There is only one option. We have to find it and deal with it ourselves. No, I don't have work tonight. I close my phone and access the net again. I check a number of personal blogs I visit regularly. 2 schoolgirls murdered, more dismemberments. I remember the red color. Things that were stolen, things I lost, warmth that fades away. Commune hunters. A black heat ages in my chest like a scar that never healed.